Hello and welcome to the Greenery Garden and Home, and welcome to spring. My name's Kevin. I'm one of the horticulturalists here at the Greenery Garden and Home, and with it being spring, it's time to get back out in the garden and do all those jobs that we've been putting off because the weather hasn't been kind. We're getting some lovely sunny days now, so great opportunity to get back out there and get stuck in. One of the most important jobs that needs to be done in early spring is to feed the garden, and a lot of us tend to overlook it because we don't have the time, but it's very important to do on a regular basis in the garden to keep the plants growing well, keep your lawn looking good, and help to keep the plants healthy and growing well through the warmer months of the year. It puts them in good stead before we get into the really hot weather. It encourages strong roots, and a healthy plant is a much more resilient plant. So I'm just going to talk briefly about some of the fertilisers that can be applied at this time of the year. So there's various types of fertilisers on the market these days, and we have a great range here at the Greenery Garden and Home. And any of the staff, horticultural staff here, can help you with any inquiries that you might have about how to use them and what to use them on. I'm just going to touch on a few that we like recommending and their different uses in the garden, starting with a dry fertiliser that can be applied to most plants in the garden or in pots, and it's a product called Sea Mungus, so it's a good sort of pick-me-up at this time of the year. It also helps to feed the plant and get it started for spring. Sea Mungus is a pelletized product, easy to use. It's sprinkled onto the top of the soil and then watered in after it's applied, and suitable for a whole range of plants, including native plants, for those that are worried about using the wrong sort of fertiliser on native plants. For those of you who like using liquid fertilisers, Power Feed is a good example of a liquid concentrate. This needs to be diluted in water at the recommended rate. It needs to be applied probably every 2 to 3 weeks through the growing season, starting in spring, and that's, being a liquid, is used very quickly by the plant and gets them off to a good start as well. The liquids are suitable for a whole range of plants in the garden, diluted in water into a watering can and just applied over the foliage and over the root system of the plant as needed. There are specific type fertilisers for different plants out there. Harry's make a whole range of different specific fertilisers. One of their most popular types is the Harry's Gardenia Food. Fantastic product for encouraging flowers, encouraging nice dark green glossy leaves in gardenias, and can be used regularly starting in spring right through the warmer months to keep the plants looking great, keep them healthy, keep the leaves nice and glossy and green, and promote all those lovely flowers and the perfume that we've grown to love in the gardenias. They also make Daphne foods for those of you who are unsure what to use on Daphne. They make a rose food, they make a citrus food, and the list goes on and on. And we can help you here at the Greenery Garden Home if you're unsure as to what to use on particular plants. But look out for Harry's, that's a very good branded product. For those who are wanting to encourage better flowering, or if you have a range of fruit trees, including say citrus trees in your garden, and you want to promote better flowering, better fruiting ultimately, then applying potash once a year at the first signs of flower buds will help to encourage that better quality fruit and better flowering within the plant. It's a powder, it can be diluted in water, it can be applied to dry soil as long as it's watered in after it's applied, and once or twice a year is all that's needed to help encourage the better fruit and better flowers, particularly good on things like camellias and azaleas as a lead up to the flowering season every year. You only need a small amount, easy to use, white granular powder, and safe to use on any flowering or any fruiting plants. Osmocote make a range of controlled release fertilisers, and by controlled release I mean those fertilisers that last quite a few months after they've applied, so very convenient to use. They're made in a range of formulations. This particular one is for plants in pots, including indoor plants. They're round pelletized fertiliser balls which are applied to the top of the soil, can be incorporated into potting mix if you're repotting plants. If you were to go away on holidays and you still want to be ensured that your plants are going to be fertilised while you're away, Osmocote's a sort of foolproof way and an easy way to ensure that that happens. As I say, lasts about 3 to 4 months, comes in a range of different formulations. You can get specifics for fruit and vegetables, you can get others for gardenias and camellias, etc. It's a great product. It's been around for a very long time, but very convenient and easy to use for those people who are unsure how to go about feeding in the garden. We also shouldn't forget about feeding our lawns. I've spoken earlier about weed and feed type products for the lawn. One consideration is buying a separate lawn food, which tends to be very effective on greening your lawn and keeping it growing well on a regular basis. Various types of lawn foods available here at the Greenery Garden and Home. This is one that's put out by Lawn Solutions, can be used safely on any lawns. Now's a great time to start feeding. This is a granular fertiliser. It's normally applied and then watered in after it's applied so that it's washed into the soil for the grass to be able to use it. So the lawn food is separate from, say, garden type fertilisers. They have different formulations to suit the particular requirements of the lawn. And these again are easy to use. They can be broadcast by hand, or they can be put on using a fertiliser spreader, which we also sell here at the Greenery Garden and Home. Regular fertiliser applications on your lawn help to keep it healthy, green, particularly as we get into the hotter weather. You'd normally apply this probably every 6 to 8 weeks through the warmer months of the year. You don't need to apply it in the winter time because most lawns go dormant in the winter. It's particularly effective for those people that have buffalo lawn, but it's safe to use on any types of lawn that you may have. That's the Lawn Solutions Lawn Fertiliser. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you got a bit out of this short presentation on fertilising the garden. It is spring, it's fantastic weather now. It's a good time to get out and do all those jobs that you've been putting off. And if you have any queries, always remember that any of the horticultural staff here at the Greenery Garden Home are only happy to help and answer your queries. We're open 6.5 days a week, and we look forward to seeing you here down at the store. Thanks for watching.